It is my way or the highway. We all know this person. Controlling, insensitive, inflexible, unwilling to take criticism, unable to change, assumptive, and tired. In the best case scenario, it's our boss. In the worst case scenario, it's ourselves. These are the traits that make terrible leaders. And another trait that makes a very terrible leader is being sleep deprived. If you don't sleep, this is the leader you become. I work with two types of leaders, those who were born to lead and those who work to lead. And it is my mission to keep these leaders from the canyon of sleep despair and to eliminate the crisis of tired and pitiful leaders. Let's take a moment and focus on our leaders, on ourselves. Because when I work with my clients, I can really clearly distinguish between the two. Those who are born to lead, who do so naturally, who thrive doing so, and who do it with ease, and those who grow into the role, who've been chosen through hierarchy, through their hard work, but who aren't necessarily comfortable leading people. And they need to learn how to lead well. Both are great at what they do. But for the latter, it takes a lot more energy and resilience to do so because it isn't natural to them. And they have to overcome their comfort zone every single day. Both come across the same way to their teams, as seemingly having it all together. But for the latter, it is like a constant role play, being an alter ego. And the doubts that are keeping them awake at night are a lot more severe than the first groups. Both provide incredible results. But because of the fact that the latter are often hypersensitive and empathetic, it can be a lot more severe for them to deal with the difficult choices they have to make. And both need sleep. In the end, the steps that they took in order to get their leadership positions are unique. But the outcome and the qualification criterion are exactly the same. They both want to elevate and motivate people, make an impact, leave a legacy, create great change. And there's something else that connects great leaders, whether you intuitively know or whether you have to learn it with a little bit more effort. You are the driver in the front seat, and your team is only as strong as their captain, which means being healthy psychologically and physiologically. And the one thing that is instantly affecting this in only one single night is sleep. The common denominator between the good leaders and the bad is that they both perform at a lower level when they don't sleep. But the bully leader that I described before is either not aware of how tired they are, or they simply don't care. But the natural leader's mind carousel is often about logistics, yes, but less about the people factor. Whereas that comes on top of everything else for those who aren't natural people persons. They tend to have a lot more voices in their head influencing them from the past, the present, and even imaginary ones from a future they are creating. And it takes them a lot of resilience to get through this. And sometimes, or more often than not, both reach their tipping point. And stress influences them so much that their sleep is out of the window. And here is my call of love for those who think that they are weak because that happened. Whatever the reason, it isn't your fault. We don't know what we don't know. And I adore anyone who wants to investigate why sleep is slipping through their fingers. And I forgive all those of you who don't care. I see you. And they're leading like Napoleon the pig from Animal Farm. Because here is why sleep matters to you as a leader. Obviously, it makes you smarter, more focused, take decisions faster, and save time. But here's what you don't know. Sleeping for less than 6 hours for 10 days in a row is the same as not sleeping at all for 2 days. And that impacts your brain in a way that your cognitive function is impaired to a level of an alcohol intake of 1.5. So that's like leading a team meeting after having chugged 3 beers, and not in a tipsy-cutesy kind of way. Your reaction time is so much slower, and you don't notice your mind wandering off, which makes you waste a lot of time. It also basically prevents you from dying. True story. Because your sleep is responsible for your cell repair. So if you don't get enough of it, you are aging faster and you are leaving building sites unattended for throughout your body. So you can Marie Kondo your home as much as you want to. If your body is a dump site, it will impact your leadership. And we have the psychological side effects of you having less patience and all the negative tendencies that are slumbering inside of you, waking up at full speed, whether that is being short tempered, depressed, lethargic, or even violent, you name it. It's your Dr. Hyde rearing his ugly head because barriers have been weakened and broken. This is scary shit. Now let's dig a little bit deeper. It isn't just affecting your workplace, it also affects your loved ones, your friends, your family, your children. Forgetting birthdays to pick up those tools that your little one needs to finish their crafts project. Yelling at someone you love. We don't like to think about those things, but they are very real. And we hate ourselves for it because we know this is not who we are and we feel out of control. And not knowing why is a very frustrating place for leaders to be. When you do get crowd sleep, however, everything is easier. Being with people, making plans, having and holding a vision, being the leader you want to be. You have more energy, more brain power. You can create a space for your team members, which is so important and takes so much energy, and you do all of it with joy. What a great idea! That is the person we want to know. Let's try that. Thanks for sharing. I appreciate your feedback. Would you show me how? Can you explain exactly what you mean so I understand? I have so much energy. When I had a newborn, I let her sleep whenever she was tired. And when she was 9 weeks old, she slept through the night, period. And this is because I gave her permission to sleep. Today, whatever type of leader you are, I give you permission to sleep.